Howdy, folks, and welcome back to the Lost Begotten channel, where we have some breaking discoveries. I don't know if you call it breaking news. We got plenty of breaking news. But first, a small poem, as I decided to pick which dirty shirt to wear for this broadcast. I wrote the following poem. One shirt, two shirt, blue shirt, blue shirt, blue shirt, blue shirt, blue shirt. I have a lot of blue shirts. I don't know if you noticed. Like, I got this shirt on and I sat down and I was just like, did I fucking wear this yesterday? I don't even know. I can't tell. You know, not that I actually wash any of these shirts. Anyway, how's it going, Maximo? Um, Thank you for joining me. Last night, my wife had a migraine, and I sent her back here to go to sleep. And then I fell asleep at like around 11, maybe not even 11. I was like asleep by the time I was supposed to be broadcasting, and then woke up at 4:30 in the morning. House nice and quiet. It was wonderful. I actually like waking up before everyone else, just for some peace. Anyways, so I guess I'll get right to it. We have what I think is either some Mongolian or Manchurian Russian troops that have been sent to reinforce Kim Jong-un, North Korea. As fucked up as that sound, that is happening. And before I show you the photographic evidence of that, and I didn't even spend much time collecting it, I literally didn't even have to go to the full videos. I was just taking, RT and CNN and whatever clips came up. I want to just show you how you've been bullshitted right quick. This is how you've been bullshitted. Do you notice something that this map and a former lifetime of mine have in common? Look, North Korea seems to have had a bit of the tip snipped off. It's funny how at least 2 years ago or so, on my first Shilliverse video, I pointed out this channel. This is Daily News, the channel. It's like a robot voice Russian propaganda channel. And it seems like a lot of these robot voice channels are where these shills, the actual meat puppets, get their like orders from. They get their information from, their talking points or whatever. But this has been the case on CNN, on BBC. The problem is with the international correspondents. There have been Russian agents as international correspondents. There are a lot of good people at CNN. There's a lot of good people at BBC, okay? But there's been these just enough people here and there to wind up presenting a consistent story that fools everyone, including the rest of the people at CNN. And one of the ways they've done this is by having North Korea as only connected to China. It's all China. Oh, Putin has nothing to do with North Korea. And for a long time, I've been reporting on this channel, and Vice News reported, and many other different agencies reported once, but never seemed to mention it. The fact never seemed to take hold when considering the greater scheme of things or whatever. Up there, where the map just cuts off, and pretty much every time they're showing you what's going on with North Korea, they're showing you a view of South Korea, and the map cuts off at the top of North Korea. What's up there is the Russian border. And we've gone into that in detail on this channel before. And yep, while Putin was invading Ukraine and annexed Crimea, kicking the shit out of Georgia. Just interfering all over the world, including Europe and South America and Canada. You know, that's why they're to blame. Oh, just kidding. Putin has also, since 2013, 2014, been building this railroad to make North Korea part of this Eurasian Union. Or possibly just his little puppet state. But, I mean, they've really taken advantage of just the racist mindset of Westerners. The racist mindset of everyone in general. I mean, it's not like, black people and Hispanic people think any differently about this in general. They see the big border. They see two groups of people who look alike, and they think they must be friends. They're not friends. Haven't been friends for a very long time. And in fact, all of that is kind of why these two, Japanese and Chinese don't get along. But that's a 150-year-old story that you have to learn just to understand what happened at Pearl Harbor, okay? Which was not, Japanese didn't attack us. The Japanese just didn't attack us. We thought they did. We thought they did for a long time. And then we were like, ooh. And that's why we've been such good friends ever since. That's why we put so much money into rebuilding Japan. Because we got tricked. And that's the real reason why the Cold War started. Because that play right there, the Japanese theater, in which my grandfather's other brother, not Dr. Henry Morris, was the first man on 6 islands scouting enemy artillery positions. I just heard children outside, I think. I don't think they're my children. Oh, spring break. There's just been gaggles of kids running around, screaming, and I didn't get the garden hose out yet. Thought about it a lot. I refrained. Get off my lawn! Anyways. So, this was posted just a couple days ago. See, it shows the little 150,000 troops. Now, I've been hearing a lot of information, conflicting information about what number of troops there are and what their purpose is, etc., etc., etc. And I thought it was just, worth pointing out that once again, even in the time of the exposure of Russia interfering in every fucking thing, and it's pretty obvious that Russia's behind North Korea, despite that it's just painfully slow how people are catching on. This new updated strategic look, gonna tell you what the media isn't telling you. And they have a whole fucking border just left off the map. And this is what people who unsubscribe to my channel, this is what people who thumbs down my video get fooled by. Isn't that special? You know what's special? It's special how a day after I reinstall the drivers on this webcam, it goes fuzzy and gets glitchy again. Worked good for a day. No Russian hacking here. So I'm going to flip it to the next screen. And it is going to take me a couple of seconds. I want to make 2 little slideshows because I don't have time to resize the images. And for some reason I can put the images in slideshows, but I can't put them up one at a time. Alright. Just give me 1 second. See, what I have here is ballistic missile trucks. Okay, and I'm going to show you the name of the ballistic missile truck. It's a truck that's manufactured in Russia. And I reported them as being in North Korea a couple of years ago. Now CNN's reporting these new ballistic missile trucks. Oh, look at these new ballistic. They've never shown these before. Yes, they have. Just like they've never dropped the Moab before. Like, what the fuck is going on? Oh, and the radiator never showed up, and it's raining. Oh boy. Yep, 11:39. Oh well. I'll install a radiator while it's raining. I don't need no stinking dry weather to install a radiator. It ain't like it's electronic. You know, I'm not going to electrocute myself installing a radiator. I just got to pull the whole freaking bumper off the CRV. I guess I should have already done that while I was waiting on it. Yeah. Anyways, we are now live streaming during a storm. I'm going to try to keep it from getting interesting. Anyway, what am I doing here? Folder. Going to find the photos that I took of the various different little news clips of the missile trucks. I'm going to make 1 slideshow of the North Korean. I'm going to make 1 slideshow of the Russian. And we're just going to look and see how they look. They actually look a little different now. They've changed them a bit, kind of like put a crappy eBay body kit on them, but they're still the same truck. And then I'm going to show you some other Russian equipment that actually still has the fucking numbers painted on it. And just like in Ukraine, when we saw the freaking Russian ship rolling in and it still had the numbers on it, that's, you know, that's how little fucks are given right now. So here's one. And I'm going to just put another one up in a second. So I'll full screen that while we're waiting. Full screen-ish. So those are the Korean trucks. North Korean. Quote, North Korean. And now I'm going to put together a little slideshow of the Russian trucks from a video called Top 5 Military Trucks. And this video contends that the Russian, what's it called here? The Russian, where is it? The name of the freaking truck. M2KT-79221. I'm pretty sure it's just the M2KT is the whole series of trucks. And yeah, so I gotta a nice assortment of still photos showing the structure, chassis, the cabin, you know, just how the truck is built in general. Alright. Well, I don't know if side by side is going to work, so. Note the spacing of the frontal chassis section and the rear cargo section, which is actually interchangeable, so you can actually get this in different lengths, different wheel number, different numbers of wheels. You see the angle underneath is different, but like I said, the Korean one has an eBay body kit on it. And it seemed that these Korean trucks changed. This Korean truck that you're looking at on the right side of your screen, I suppose. It had more telling features and looked identical to the ballistic, the theater ballistic missile trucks that Assad had, and I had shown a comparison 2 years ago between those trucks, and since then they've actually changed, and it seems like there's this external. See how the whole side is smooth? There's no, you know, telling marks of what's underneath it like you see on the Russian truck. It's all utility panels. They've made the whole front smooth. They've made a new wide cover for the front. They're hiding the radiator. They're hiding all of the actual mechanical shit. But you can still tell they're the same fucking truck. You can still tell that underneath it's the same. Especially when you look at all the different versions of the Russian truck. Let me, I'm going to actually turn up the frequency on the Russian one so it scrolls through a little faster. That's horrible, but that's about as good as a view as I can get. So, I'm gonna let that just scroll for a little while, and I'm gonna play some music while I go top off my coffee. Alright, so I'm trying to hurry and resize a few more of these images here. Because I got a little snap happy with my cell phone camera. And I'm torn between just resetting the resolution on the camera and, you know, losing the quality of the actual archive. I think once I get my laptop in and get the professional version of the software, that I'll actually be able to use more up-to-date, more high-resolution equipment. Sorry, I was looking at two different tanks, and I'm like, oh, that one's more up-to-date, and I fucking mixed my train of thought. How about that? So, here are some Russian APCs, and I'm guessing Manchurian or Mongolian, not pilots, soldiers, manning them. Drivers. And the first thing that stood out to my wife was, why do the North Koreans have numbers on them like the Russians? They're fucking North Koreans. They don't use numbers. Like, why? Why would they? Why would there be numbers on? Why? Anybody? See, the thing is, for the past 3 years now, since my wife and I had a little, a wedding, there's been this thing called the invasion of Ukraine. And myself and my wife and a group of people called the Maidan Journalism Union, or something to that effect. There's actually a couple of them. But there's this one group of people that I had to get all checked out to be a part of. And I got the name wrong on purpose because I don't for the same reason that I don't have much contact with these people, because I don't want to put them at risk. But anyways, what we did was supply the CIA with intelligence, okay? A lot of which was actually gathered on YouTube from people's cell phones videos and Facebook post videos. And what we did was correlate known Russian equipment by serial number, by these little white numbers. See the little 3-digit white number on there? To the equipment. We correlated it to the equipment that was showing up in Crimea and East Ukraine. And what's interesting about that is that the Ukrainians also used those numbers. So you would have to keep track, and this is the reason why we had to keep track, to tell the difference between seized Ukrainian equipment and imported Russian reinforcements to the separatists in Donetsk, Ukraine. And, after spending a long time looking at the various equipment and, trying our best to keep track of what was where, including the Buk missile launcher that shot down MH17, the Maidan Press Associates group I'll just keep changing the name every time. Maybe one of them will be right, maybe not. And my Facebook group, which was Support Ukraine, USA, UK, and Australia, just reaching out to English speakers to support Ukraine, basically. We had video, zoomed in still images of just columns of Russian equipment going into Ukraine. Columns. Fuck. They after they had gained a bunch of territory, they were moving it in by train. Okay, that they weren't even trying to hide the shit. They have so many infiltrators and so many talking head puppets in the media that just secretly work for Russia, that it was like pulling teeth to get people to talk about this shit. And then 48 hours after MH17 shot down by a Buk missile launcher that we were tracking, Mosul falls. And how dare Obama call them the varsity team? Thanks, Obama. And thanks to my folder for happening that picture right there so I could thank Obama. Yeah. This is my new archive. Oh, yeah. And I can't wait. I can't wait to set up my old pieces of shit and split up my archive again so I can add a new computer to my collection. I have a Dell that has a screen that doesn't work, and I have a compact laptop or HP laptop that the screen has like green lines down the middle of it. The Dell was given to me. The compact was attacked by the cats 5 years ago. Fell off of a mantle of a fireplace. Fell onto the brick in front of the fireplace. Dented the fuck out of the side. And then I have my old tower, my gigantic old custom built computer with, I really need to like start using labels for the hard drives that are in it, because I have to like look at them and be like, oh, I remember this hard drive. Anyways. So that's how I keep my archive safe. I diversify. And I'm thinking my new laptop isn't even going to have any old stuff on it. It's just going to have copies of stuff relative to the channel only. And I'm only going to put stuff on it as it becomes relative to the channel. And then I'm going to have like a shutdown network and a active network. And that's probably going to make me a hell of a lot more secure than I am right now. So anyways, back to the Ukraine thing. See, all that Ukraine stuff basically taught us how to recognize Russian equipment. And it's, not as simple as the numbers being there. Although my wife actually noticed the numbers before I did. I'm sitting there just, I'm a car guy, okay? I can typically tell you what car you're looking at by any given quarter panel. Just a view of the fucking headlights and a little bit of body work, like the corner of a headlight and the bend of a fender, and I probably can tell you what car it is, okay? So I'm looking at these machines, and I got my engineering analyzer brain on, and I'm just sitting there thinking, man, these things are all the same fucking shape. They're all the same chassis. This is the same fucking equipment that the Russians moved into the... I mean, this is straight from a St. George parade, y'all. Straight from the fucking St. George parade. That's heavy shit. That's not North Korean. Look at the T-38 base. I don't even know what to call those tanks. Let's just like make up a number in between other numbers. That's a T-71. How about that? That's T-71 or a T-69. Yep, T-69. It can bend around and suck its. Oh, never mind. And seen a lot of those. Ukraine used to make a lot of that equipment. Belarus actually made a lot of that, and those big trucks. The what do you call them? I got the name right here. The MZ. Is it MZKT or M2KT? Fuck. I know I said M2. I said M2. It's an MZKT. MZKT truck. Those used to be made in Minsk, but are now, of course, made in various places. Russia always will tell you something is made somewhere and then make it in 5 other places. Just think about how they had the movies accusing the United States government of being, and just paint that with a caveman brush. Nothing has to be all prim and proper. It just has to fucking work. So, here we have your different serial numbers. 428, 425 tanks, and here's a guess that's a surface to air MLRS. That could be ground to ground though. Which I've said the same thing for a long time about the Russian version, or the ones of that tank, and the ones that are in fucking Ukraine right now. Wait, shit. Okay. So let me see if I can get the comments. Oh hell, I'll just put it in the window. How about that? Okay. Alright, now I still gotta fuck with them, don't I? Oh shit. And the icons are there. Okay. And hi Carlos, hi Pedro, hi James, hi Sean, hi Lacey, hi New Sean. You think you know the group but won't say? Yeah. Yeah, I won't say either, Carlos. So anyways, we had We had a baby giraffe get born. Finally. The giraffe took a poo that walked away. And there it is. It's an adorable little giraffe poo. Aww. And I have a video that I took because I knew it was just about to start walking. I knew it was just about to stand up on its own 4 feet for the first time. And it did. Right as my SD card ran out. So I'll post that later. So yeah, let's see here. I guess we don't really. What can we replace now? Up at the top. I think we can get rid of that and that. And guess I'm kind of tired of looking at the old guys. The old guys are still kind of relevant, aren't they? The joke meme. I really should get rid of that. I don't want to get rid of any of them. I just want to add some of it. Oh, I want to add one of these things here. Because that's, I mean, think about what this means. America is about to attack North Korea. That's kind of the running media talking point, right? Well, North Korea is getting reinforced by Russia. That's some serious shit, if you ask me. Alright, so we got Kadyrov up there, we got Carter Page up there, and now we have our Russian tanks, huh? I got an idea. Why don't I make myself a nice little short version of that? That way I can squeeze it in a little better. Okay. Save as. Shit. SHT. That's my abbreviation for short. And yeah, that'll work. Short enough. Show enough. Shogun of YouTube. Okay. So that looks like total fucking crap, but anyway. Trump's about to get a golden shower from a minaret. Yeah. Alright, you know what? Goodbye, Carter Page. Goodbye, Mr. Lizard. I hope your ladder doesn't rust. He's a lizard with a ladder. Alright. You know, I really don't fucking need this thing up there anymore either. I'm not being indecisive, and neither am I. I'll put the Nimitz down here. How about that? I know y'all are having so much fun watching me be OCD with little pictures on the fucking thing right here. Oh yeah, that's got to be terribly entertaining. Oh, check that out. Now we can actually have that more visible. And lining it up, lining it up. Yeah, so how's that look? Fabulous, I know, right? Sarcastically, yes. And crickets. So maybe one of y'all can help me identify this, because this was on the little Tonka-Tonkies, but I cannot identify it. So let me just put it up right quick. And bring back one of the image that shows it. I think it's just this guy right here. Actually, it's one of the ones that was on little tanks. What the hell? I think it's from this one. Alright, so that little symbol right there apparently is on all of these little guys right here. Yeah, I just wanted to zoom into it so I could just see what it looked like, and it does actually look like that may be Korean on there. But starting with the 3 looking thing, I was like, holy shit, is that Russian right there? Or maybe Mongolian? Russian, I mean, Mongolian is basically like a cross between Korean and Russian, you know, oddly enough. It sounds like it and looks like it to me anyways. Maybe I'm just an ignorant white man. All right. Ignorant white man. Ignorant white man being OCD with the windows. And can I get on the blue line? Can I get on the fucking blue line? I just want to be on the little blue line. Why is it so much to ask to be on the little blue line? I want the webcam. Oh, I got it. Look, there it is, right there. Wow. Oh no, I fucked it up because I tried to slide it over. Oh, I see. You can't let me slide it over on the blue line. Oh, now so I have to settle for this little tiny little gap right there. Can't just be on the blue line. I'm gonna shut the fuck up now. So, moving on, I wanted to talk a little bit about historically, you know, what can be gained and help us understand what the fuck's going on right now. You know, if there's a proxy war going on, first of all, it's kind of important to figure out, is this a proxy war between China and the U.S.? Like we've always been told it would be if we went to war with Korea, right? You've always been told it's China's fault. Oh, and even Trump is still saying, if China would stop being China, then Korea would stop being Korea. That's my Trump impression for today. I think it's important that if we look back and see that it wasn't a third-tier proxy war to be expected today, you know. Hello, Russian fucking equipment, you know. What can we learn going back and looking at wars like Vietnam, like the original Korean War? But Vietnam in particular is a very interesting one because the Chinese and the North Vietnamese didn't really get along. Yeah, I was shocked to find that out too. It's funny how the North Koreans and the Chinese don't get along either. But there's a wall of white Russians. And it makes you just forget all about 90% of the fucking land they inhabit. Wall of white Russians. Slavic slaves. Kidnapped, reinculturated, put back with hot buttons, with ideological mindsets that can be poked and prodded and easily controlled. Very orthodox, if you will. You know, I was going to let it slide, but it's really fucking distracting. Why did Sean Culbertson say his own name? Sean Culbertson, Sean Culbertson. I'm leaning towards bot. Just saying, like, you know, who the fuck types their own name? And have the comments gone silent? I don't see any comments showing up. Has the broadcast gone silent? The storm has gone silent. Anyways, so according to random little online videos, I haven't looked up much, but I don't see any motivation towards lying because it's about the amount of, you know, presence we maintain in the Pacific in general. We've added the USS Ronald Reagan. Comment. Comment. Comment, chameleon. You comment slow. Oh, that's all I got. Every day is like Chicago. Wait, it's not Chicago. Survival. What the fuck did I say Chicago for? That was a uniquely special moment. Thank you. Uniquely special moments, only on the Lost Begotten channel. One special moment. Whoa. I'm sorry, was I speaking Russian? You need your translator up? Whenever I speak Russian, I know it's hard to understand. Anyways. If you prefer, I can speak in the British accent. Is this good for the British accent? Yes. I am from Wales. Yes. I drive an SUV. It is made by Land Rover. Yes. And that is why I speak in the British accent. Yes. What just happened? I don't know. Oh, Lost Begotten sings Boy George 3 CD special. Oh yes. Oh yeah. Do you really wanna hurt me? Okay. I couldn't bring myself to sing that on key. It's a good song if you're that depressed. Anyways. I had a joke regarding some fucking shit. Told my wife earlier. I can't remember. Because I got distracted by another joke. Told my wife earlier. The Russian accent. You know, like the Russian accent. Maybe if I told the joke in a British accent, it would be more funny, yes? Now I'm speaking in the British accent, so you can understand me more clearly. Americans always think the British accent sounds smarter, yes? I told my wife earlier. I just had a morbid thought, dear. After the giraffe was being born, I said, wouldn't it be funny with all these people watching, all happy that the giraffe was finally born, if the mother decided it wasn't a good baby and started to stomp it to death? I told this joke in a British accent so you could understand it and it would be funny, yeah? Just stomp the shit out of it. Just fuck you, baby. Bad baby giraffe, bad baby, defective baby. You took too long to come out and now you are overcooked. Bad baby. Okay. Yep, I just did that. I just fucking can't edit that out. Anyways. And just all the people horrified in the live stream. Just, oh my god! Fucking Mother Nature. She can be a bitch. Oh, okay. Horrible. But yeah, the baby got up, the baby walked. It was not defective. The mother did not stomp the shit out of it. Apparently there is no air current right there. The smoke is just hanging out. Stop distracting me. Anyways, can't let any vaporous thing linger and expect to maintain a stream of thought because something will inhabit it fractally. Something will. Around me, or anything that can happen weird will happen weird. So, yeah. That was pointless to talk about. Moving on. Vietnam or moving back actually to what the fuck I was just talking about. Vietnam, we had a very interesting scenario there, and I don't think anybody will ever know what the fuck really happened. But the fact that the Chinese couldn't be effective negotiators with the North Vietnamese, and that the North Vietnamese and the Chinese started splitting ways. Meanwhile, after Vietnam, you know, much like a little bit like China, Japan, not quite like Japan, but you know, after the war, we became friends. We became better friends with Vietnam than we were with China. Well, it took us longer to become friends with China. And in fact, after Vietnam, we started trying more to become friends with China. So you look at what's happening today, and you look back even further. Look at North Korea. Well, we found out through leaked documents in 2009 that it wasn't just, and this has been historically known for quite some time, that, or known, okay, the running fact historically for quite some time was that that Chinese pilots or North Vietnamese pilots were flying Russian planes, likely to be Chinese pilots flying Russian planes over North Vietnam during the Vietnam War back in the 50s. We found out through leaked documents in 2009 that it was in fact Russian pilots manning Russian planes over North Korea. Did I say Vietnam? I meant North Korea. I'm looking at my collection of images over here. So now we have a plethora of Russian equipment and baby giraffes. I mean, no, just Russian equipment in North Korea. Shit. And we're about to go to war, supposedly, with North Korea. I've been saying for quite some time, this is going to lead to a war with Russia because of the connections, because Russia has been reinforcing North Korea. But there's the one I uploaded earlier, and I think I still need to upload that. I don't know why it's sideways. And there's, oh shit, there's something Joey can't see. Unless it's made it there by now. Joey could be having a baby right now. Well, not Joey, his wife, obviously. Anyway. So, oh yeah, and then there's pictures of the fishies above that. Huh. There's a race car driver who died at Le Mans that I just want to show his photo right quick. I have the, you know, I was scrolling through my folder, sorry, but I found another interesting photo. So, if you look up the Great Le Mans disaster, okay, there is this guy who caused it, okay, and people say he was kind of a jerk, and he should not have been doing what he was doing, etc. And I just want to, Does he look like he could be related to anybody to you? Just that face kind of ring a bell. There were over 100 people killed when this asshole tried to get competitive with someone he shouldn't have been fucking competitive to begin with. Right on the, the main straight where all the people gather. And basically a car going 100 and something miles an hour hit the back of another car, ramped up, and went into the crowd, decapitating like 20 people in a row, and then just fucking car parts and fire and hair, teeth, and eyeballs everywhere. But yeah, he just kind of, I don't know, has that same quality to him. Just stood out. I just laughed when I saw him. Like, oh my god, it looks like fucking Trump. Zooming in. Let's look at him again. Look at that fucking face. Look at that face. Somebody should have just punched him. They should have took the clue from like his genetics and just punched him. No, you can't fucking drive. I don't want you out there. You're a jerk. Just look at you. You're a fucking douchebag. Anyways. I don't want you to be president. Just look at you. You're a fucking douchebag. The fuck? Don't people have like the basic sense to realize that? Anyway. So, yeah. I guess now that we are another Agent Orange Pokemon pancake. There you go. I guess now that we're an hour and 12 minutes into the broadcast, and let's see here. Do I have this one? I need this one up. This is a good one. This should just always be up. Oh, my edited version of this. I'll just leave this one up there. Before I get to headlines, just wanted to look and just revisit, like, well, what's, treason is, cooperation, aiding, giving comfort to the enemy. Russia invading Europe, invading countries that we assist. They are the enemy. They committed an act of war against us when they tried to interfere with the election. That was an attack on this country. That makes them the enemy. And assisting them in this attack on this country, in this act of war against this country, are these members of the Trump team. Collusion, cooperation, comfort, aid. That is the definition of treason. And this little totem pole, they're all guilty of it. Now I'm painting little bat wings out of the sides of their heads with my mind. And that's fun. But I need to move on. So, let's open up Internet Explorer and do some news. Speaking of idiot Le Mans drivers who are now supposed to be dead, Russian puppets who are not supposed to be president. Thousands march and demand Trump release his taxes. Oh, the joy. Let's see here. If my mouse will ever fucking work. Work! What the fuck is wrong with you? What? Fake news! Okay, anyways. Oh yeah, he can't release his tax returns because they're being audited, even though the fucking IRS said you can release his tax returns anytime he fucking wants to. Like, oh, they're being audited. Nothing to see here. Did anybody actually, like, I want to meet the people who are that fucking dumb to have believed that line. Okay? Like, I want to know where they live. I want to build a car lot by them and just paint little black circles on rocks and fucking sell them. Look, it's got 4 wheels on it. It's a car. $20,000, dumbass. Okay. Anyway. From Birmingham to Seattle, the nation's capital protesters. Wait. Oh, excuse me. I fucked up. I was too focused on the silly voice. I apologize. Maybe I should speak in a British accent, yes? From Birmingham to... Okay, I won't. From Birmingham to Seattle, to the nation's capital, protesters gathering in cities throughout the country Saturday to call on President Trump to release his personal tax returns. The protest fall on the country's traditionally recognized deadline to file taxes, April 15th. Oh, look at that. In all, more than 100 marches are expected to occur throughout the day. The main march unfolded in the nation's capital, where protesters gathered for a rally in front of the U.S. Capitol and then planned to march near the Lincoln Memorial in the afternoon. In South Florida, activists say they will march to Trump's Mar-a-Lago resort, where the president is vacationing again this weekend. Presidents are not required to release their tax returns, but have done so voluntarily, dating back to the 1970s. In Washington, ever since Nixon, ever since the Nixon thing, it's been like a standard. If you don't have something to hide, you should release your tax returns. Oh, he didn't release his tax return, so he has something to fucking hide, doesn't he? And I think we all know what. We were just talking about what happened, weren't they? Anyways. In Washington, participants at the march portrayed the president as a greedy politician who refuses to be open about his financial dealings. Hundreds, I'm sure they didn't mention anything about him being a Russian fucking traitor. Let's see who wrote this report. Oh, Washington Post. Perry Stein. I'm sure. Hundreds wore shirts with an image of Trump's face as the Monopoly mascot. Others held signs with the President Richard Nixon's face saying, even he, a president who resigned, released taxes. What? I thought he was the last one to not release his taxes. This story has been brought to you by a moron. Okay, so there was a large inflatable chicken. Can't go wrong with that. With hair that resembles Trump's, suggesting Trump is too chicken to release his taxes. Oh, that's clever. I get it. Don't you get it? I get it. C.J. Ingram, a D.C. resident in her 50s, who works in a funeral home, attended the march. Her first protest during Trump's presidency. I'm really mad, she said, because he made Barack Obama produce his birth certificate, and he's not even producing his tax returns, Ingram said. Oh. You know, there's rules about this stuff, okay? This was lazy. Okay, that's all I'm saying. That was fucking lazy. All right. Come on, really? What are you hiding? Jennifer Taub, a Vermont law school professor, who had the idea for the march in January. Look, okay, all these different people, they tell you have the idea. This person started this person had the original idea. No, just no. There were probably dozens of people who had the idea. Hundreds of people fucking got on their hashtags, and then like a few people decided to organize it. A bunch of different groups got involved. This is how these things happen. It's never one person. They always focus on one person, in my opinion, to give credence to the people with the fucking dumbass George Soros protester paranoia. Okay? A Vermont law school professor who had the idea in January. Yeah. I'm sure there weren't, just hundreds, if not thousands of people all bitching about it at the same time when she, quote, had the idea. Because she cares about transparency and conflict of interest. Oh, I'm sure she does. Nothing against Jennifer Taub, but, the whole giving one person credit for the obvious fucking thing. Okay, people joked about it, immediately after the election. Immediately. Nobody waited until January to say we ought to fucking have a big ass protest on fucking April 15th saying where's your taxes, bitch. So anyways, I think it's important for us, we the people, to express First Amendment rights and say we want to see them. Okay, yeah. Gotcha. In D.C., a lineup of speakers, including Senator Ron Wyden, Democrat of Oregon, Representative Maxine Waters, Democrat of California, and Jamie Raskin, Democrat of Maryland, included them. Okay, included them. All right. On Saturday morning, tax march participants started tweeting pictures of the signs they would be carrying and images from the beginning of the marches. And we've made sure to show you a couple of images and then a link to how Trump supporters are just fine with this swapping, but not others. That's fucking annoying. What that was. Ah! Really? No, I mean, fucking really? Fuck you. Yeah, I know. As a computer technician, I am appalled at my behavior. With all your repeating the mouse click on the back button. Don't you know that it already registered the inputs? That's not right. Holy fuck, that's not right either. Stop feeding that fucking kid. Jesus Christ. Like, go find some hungry baby. Feed them half of its food. Or a tenth of its food. I mean, like, oh my god. So, anyways. Apparently new missiles, huh? Yeah. None of those fucking missiles on those trucks during the parades are real. Okay? It's a fucking parade. Get your head out of your ass. Alright, so let's see. Politics. Politics. Yeah, why not? Trump March. Deliberating on the Paris Climate Pact. Basically deliberating on whether to set the entire fucking world back and help destroy it. Vice President is heading to Asia. Talk about North Korea. WikiLeaks responds to CIA director's criticisms. Oh. Should I play the world's smallest violin for him? Trump unleashes American air power. 7 hours. Oh, what the fuck? How long is that going to take to scroll? Can I scroll? Can I scroll? Can I scroll yet? Oh, you got to show me your fake news first? Show me your fucking fake news. Oh, no. It's an actual advertisement for a German 5-bladed precision trimmer called the Harry's Learn More. Yeah. See, it says right there, Harry's Learn More. Rebecca, I kill you. 7 hours ago, President Trump has unleashed U.S. air power since coming into office, something that was brought into sharp focus this week by the first use of mother of all bombs in Afghanistan. Okay. So, blah, blah, blah. We've never seen a Moab before. It's for fucking 15 years ago in Afghanistan. In, like, the same fucking place. I have a memory. I'm alone on the internet. 'Cause I seem to remember the fucking things that happened. And I don't need some Google Mandela effect algorithm to help me remember a big fucking bomb. Yeah. I believe we dropped it twice on Afghanistan before, actually. And I think there was one use of it in Iraq. And I remember them saying that you'd expect this to be used in Afghanistan, but there's actually some tunnels that have been used to smuggle weapons in and out of Fallujah. Blah, blah, blah. But supposedly, we've just recently lost our Moabginity, or Vermoabdi, something like that. Why Trump is right on North Korea on Fox News. Oh well. All right, so I think my my family unit is returned. So I'm going to call this a broadcast. And I should be getting on later tonight, do some more headlines and some music and some pudding pops and whatever, what the razzmatazz and the phasms and the muscle spasms. Thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks for your comments and your donations, contributions, that kind of thing. Very much appreciate that.
I was trying to make it home in time. I'm sorry.
Okay. She just came charging at me, and I didn't know what was going to happen to my face. So, good night, everybody. Like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Thanks for contributing. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for breathing. Thanks for eating. Thanks for pooing in toilets and not on the floor.
Thanks for being our friend.
Thanks for being our friend.
Like, seriously, like, I would rather take a few of y'all that join us every day over a handful of shit any day.
Yes, definitely, because you know, not pooing on the floor. Goodbye.